What's going on, fam? This is the last podcast of 2023. I want you to join me for about 30 minutes where I'm going to discuss some invaluable insights on 10 transformative actions anybody who's over 40 can take to make 2024 an extraordinary year. There's going to be some financial wisdom, some fitness tips. Tune in for this discussion. I guarantee it'll be worth your time. I want you to create a truly amazing year ahead. So welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Coach Clarence. Let's get it.
Welcome to the Coach's Corner. Coach Clarence is an entrepreneur, financial expert, and passionate about helping people build and market their business. He has a creative flair for thinking outside the box and is always looking for the positive side of life. Now, here's Coach Clarence.
What's good, everybody? Good everything, depending on where you are when you hear this. If you are watching this on YouTube, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Also, make a comment. Tell me what you want to see in the future on this channel. It really helps us grow, helps the algorithm, all those good things. We don't try to push anything on you other than things we feel like will help you if you're over 40 for better mindset, better fitness, and all around longevity. And that's the whole point of the show, right? So today's my last show of 2023. And I wanted to give you 10 gems or 10 valuable things you can use to have a better 2024. Now, I'm not normally in my normal bunker on the road, so I don't have all my goodies, but I do have my cell phone and my laptop. I will occasionally look over to see my notes, so don't think I'm not making eye contact and being engaged. I am. I just want to cover all my points. Number one, you need to strive for financial empowerment. What does that mean? If you're a mortgage owner, you have a home, you need to sit down with someone like myself, a mortgage advisor, and have a financial conversation about how to use your mortgage to work for you, how to manage your debt, how to look at your financial goals and see where you want to be in 2024. Are you in the right mortgage? Could you leverage your equity and buy an investment property? I'm in an Airbnb, a friend of mine has. Wonderful way to make money. There's ways to get Airbnbs. I'm going to do a video down the road about the power of multi-unit homes, especially if you have parents that you want to care for. You can get a multi-unit for as little as 5% down. Have your parents stay in one of the units so you're able to watch them. You have a unit and you can rent the other two out as income to pay for it. So there's a lot of little simple strategies. Number two, I had this discussion with a client who didn't realize there were errors on their credit report. I do a free annual credit review. Doesn't cost you anything. I show you where you can get your report. We walk through it. We see things are on there. There's anything. If everything is fine, great. At least you know where you are. Sometimes what we find is people have errors and we can help with those errors and help correct them. So these are some things we want to be doing. Make sure you're aware for your numbers. I did a podcast talking about knowing your numbers. You should know your numbers and knowing what's your credit score, what's your equity, how much money do you have saved for a rainy day? Are you putting your money in the right places to save for the future? I have partners, people that I network with, people that I've aligned with that can help guide you in those matters. Do you have the right insurance vehicle supporting your goals and dreams? We could talk about ways you can leverage insurance to set up money for the future. All these things are things we talk about when we financially empower ourselves. All right. Number two, and is just as equally as important, is fitness. You cannot get past 40 and not start thinking about your fitness. So what are some simple things that you should know how to do? Number one, the bare minimum. You should know how much you need to eat a day. And the reason why that's important, because if you know how much you need to eat, it's easy to monitor how far you're going over that, or how under you're going under that. And what does that matter? Because you can control your weight then. Okay, what we teach in our coaching is the right amount of calories you need. We don't do diets. We let you eat the food you want to eat. Obviously, there are better choices, but by knowing what your macros are and what certain foods you're eating and how you're eating affects those numbers, you become such an informed person. It is just crazy. It is insane. Unfortunately, I'm going to get notifications, so I got to figure out how to cut that off when I'm doing this. So please, hopefully it doesn't bug you. But anyway, and if you have a comment on how to do that while I'm on my laptop traveling, put that in the comments so I can fix that. Anyway, it is super important to know your numbers. How much protein should you be getting? We have ways to figure that out. Simple rule, about a gram per pound of body weight, ideal body weight you want to be at. Very simple. Keep it simple. Okay. How much cardio should you be doing? What types of exercise should you be doing for your situation? A lot of us get excited about somebody we see, and this is that time of year. Everybody's got a program. I do too, full disclosure. Um, we want to make sure that you are doing all the right things to support your goals. Okay. Your health is just as important as your finances. No more I did finances first because it supports the lifestyle that supports you taking care of yourself. Okay. Everybody's rushing to the gym. You can get started right now. And again, if you go to the gym without a plan, you're just wasting time and you're going to burn out or you're going to try to do too much. One of the things I see people doing all the time is they try to do too much too quick. Okay. Let's look at what your situation is. What's a simple way to get to where you need to be? A lot of times it's not what you think. Okay. Third, let's talk about health and wealth. Why is your health important? Because it doesn't matter how much money you make if you're not around to see it. What is health, too? Health is also mental. What are the things we're thinking about? How much time are we spending on BS? How much time are we spending our wheels talking about doing things, chasing drama, watching endless, mindless TV, not enriching ourselves? If you're not reading 10 or 15 pages of a book a day, your mind is going away. Okay. 10 to 15 pages a day. That's not a lot, folks. Find something interesting and feed your mind some positivity. Health and wealth. Again, what foods are you putting into your body? Your body recreates itself from the food you give it. You heard the old saying in the 80s, garbage in, garbage out. It's the same. I'm not saying you got to never have fun, never eat anything. Yes, do eat things, do go do fun stuff, but you have to take care of yourself. Health and wealth. I keep saying it. There's no wealth without health. How many rich people have died that all that wealth didn't save them? They're unhealthy. We know about the silent killers. It's chasing a lot of folks. Do you know your numbers? I did in a previous podcast. You should know your numbers. You should know where all the levels that matter are. Okay. Some people want to know how many likes you got. I want to know how much cholesterol. What's your cholesterol number? I want to know how high is your blood pressure. I want to know how high your body fat is. These are some important things you should know. Know your number, health as well. I can't keep expressing that as we go into these troubling times. We're going into an election year. We got wars across the country. We got people on your social media saying crazy shit to you, doing crazy things. It doesn't freaking matter. There's all kinds of stuff happening right now, and you need to be aware of how to defend it. And the number one thing you can do is having a strong mindset. I can't stress that enough. And these are some things we coach. What matters to you? Why does that matter? Are you busy trying to impress people? You should be trying to impress yourself. 2024 should be 2.0 version of you. That means better than last time. Okay, that was better than 5 minutes ago. How much change should you have in your life? A little bit more than yesterday. Very simple concept, easy to do, so you don't overwhelm yourself. Okay, your health is your wealth. Okay, that's number 3. Okay, number 4, goal setting. Okay, in order to be successful in anything, you have to have goals. You have long-term goals, medium range goals, and short goals. Okay. Learning how to set realistic and achievable goals is how you're going to be successful. It doesn't matter what you want to do. If you don't want to work for 9 to 5 for someone else for the rest of your life, walk into work one day and they get rid of your position. Okay. Or you walk in one day and you find out that your job is no longer. And I'm not just talking about what you want to do for work. What do you do? What's your passion? And if you have a passion, you hate where you work, you hate something about your life, guess what? You can change it. This is America. We are allowed to change things we don't like. Okay. People get so caught up in, I just got to stay in this world. I got to stay stuck. And you don't. You really can change things that you want to change. Okay. How do you get help with your goals? You hire a coach. And what is a coach going to do? A coach is going to give you an honest assessment of your goals. Most of the time, coaches have experience. They've made the mistakes. If you come to me for fitness, I've been doing fitness for going into 2024, 34 years. I might know a few things. I might be able to help shortcut you to some things. I might be telling you, you don't need to do that. These are things having a good coach will do for you. Okay. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here for that action for you. Help you set realistic goals. Okay. Let's say it's to change your career. Okay. Do you need a side hustle to help you get the funds to, fuel that new dream or a new goal that you have? These are things that coaching can do, help you get on a positive path with the right goals, the right idea, the right things that will help you get to your goal. And that's again what I'm here for. Okay. Coaching, coaching, coaching. I have a coach I have 3 businesses. So I have a coach in each one of those businesses. Some of them kind of overlap because there's a lot of it's the same stuff. We talked about in other videos and other podcasts about motivation doesn't really exist. So what do we have to do? We have to build habits that you do every day when motivation is there. Some mornings you get up, you're feeling great. You're like, hey, I'm going to go do all the things I said I was going to do. Some days you're tired, you're sore, maybe work sucks, maybe your relationship sucks, and you don't feel like it. But if you have daily habits that you commit to sticking to, then it doesn't matter what your motivation is. Constantly looking at your goals, constantly having someone assess you. Why do you think in coaching we take measurements? It's not so we can, go, oh, look, I've lost this much. It's so we can see progress and we can make changes where changes is due. That's what goal setting will do for you. Realistic goals, get an accountability group. If you guys are in my group on Facebook, Fit Over 40, Coach Clarence, we do stuff like this. We have weekly challenges we do. And all those challenges are designed to help you build habits, okay? So that when you are stressing, you have a format to go back to, okay? All right, number 5. You need to focus on building resilience. What does that mean? Resilience is the key to navigating life's challenges. Okay. Say that again. Look at my notes. I got good notes. Resilience is the key to navigating life's challenges. Okay. How do you cultivate resilience? It's by learning what's going to happen. When you walk through life, as some people do, I call it, when I was a kid, we used to play this game with popsicle sticks, the little wooden popsicle sticks. We would find little streams on the side of the water where the drain was going. We would put them in there and we would race our sticks. That's how some people literally live their lives. They're just going down the stream. They have no direction. It's wherever the current is taking them. And in life, there are different currents that will take us in different directions. Unless you have a set plan that you're following, that you are striving towards, you're just going down the river. And by knowing your plan, you can pre-plan for hurdles and obstacles that'll happen along the way. That's what coaching does. If you say to me, hey, man, I want to lose 20 pounds. I go, okay, these are the challenges you're going to have. These are the things that are going to be easy. These are the things that are going to be hard. But if you know that in advance, when those things happen, you know how to deal with it. You know how to get around those things, as they call them, workarounds, okay? Resilience is also being with yourself, showing yourself grace, forgiving yourself, going, okay, I didn't get to 100 today. I got 90. So next day, I'm going to get those extra 10. It's also about being realistic. Resilience is about your character because we're going to be facing tougher times. I talked about coming into a political season next year. There's so many people on TV whose sole goal is to get you off your game. If you're excited about a person, excited about a candidate, excited about some law you think is going to be passed, there are people who are their whole job is to get you off your game, get you upset, get you to hate somebody, get you to not like someone. That is a lot of negative energy. How do you get resilient? Do your own freaking research. Stop listening to people tell you what you should believe. If you are really concerned about something, do your own independent research because a lot of the information you get is driven by a goal to get you to believe a certain thing, okay? We want to avoid that, okay? And I'm not telling you, I don't care who you have, an R, D, an I behind your name. I don't care. As long as you treat people good. That's going to tell me more about you than whether you're Republican, Democrat, or whatever. Okay, the government is not your friend, folks. I don't care what party you belong to, but the government is necessary and the government does things and you have to play the game. All I'm asking you to do is to be wise when you play the game. Build resilience by being intelligent, being informed. We're in an age where saying I don't know is really stupid. You can, like you're watching this video, you can literally type in a subject and 100 videos will come up. what you got to do to be educated to sift out the science versus somebody's opinion. Okay. Everything I'm telling you in this video, up to we're halfway through, you can research it and find that I'm about 90% there. Now, some other person on YouTube or wherever you're watching this, Instagram or Facebook, might have a different spin, but the concept is the same. Okay. Teaching is just ideas that are shared over time. Okay. So it is important to be resilient, strong mind through fitness, financing. They want you to be broke, sad, miserable, fat, and unhappy. They want you because when you're all those things, you can be manipulated by spouses, boyfriends, finances, all these things. If they're not in order, you will make bad decisions. I used to tell people I used to make choices because I had to. Now I make choices because I want to, and that's freedom. Now I can say no to something that doesn't serve my purpose or what's good for me. It is not selfish to say no, even to a friend. I've had people that I thought were going to help me do stuff, and they said no. I didn't take it personal. I said, okay, that's where and we're still friends. We're still good. Just like I've said no to friends who thought I was going to say yes, and they thought, hey, man, we are friends, but I can't do that for you right now, or that's not going to help my peace. And peace is more important. Okay. And if someone's really your friend, they get it. It's okay to say no, and it's okay to have no said to you. Okay. Usually, when you think about it, in the end, it was a better situation. Okay. Number 6, putting the mind body together is going to take you many, many miles down the road. Figuring out why mind body connection is so important. Every time you see it on something, on anything, there's this mind body connection. You cannot have your mind over here, your body over here. It is a unit. That's why the head is on top of the body. Okay. The head is feeding the body the right information. If the mind and head, the mind and the body are not connected, you're all over the place. You're going haywire. Okay. It's important to meditate. Now, people think meditating is some weird thing where you're doing alms and breathing crazy. Meditation is all you're doing is slowing yourself down so that information is, which is happening in life, is going on full speed, gets to slow down. You know what? I still can't make those hands go in the opposite direction. Figure that out. Put that in the comments. Anyway, what is meditation doing, and journaling and breathing? All you're doing is slowing down so that you can absorb the information. Okay. That mind body connection, slowing down. When you get out in traffic, you can't control the speed that everybody else is doing, what's happening around you. All you can control is yourself. Get so good at getting in tune with your mind that the world's moving in slow motion. I have done MMA for years. I have fought and boxed for years. One thing that you'll hear a lot of guys who fight say, when you see them in a fight, you see something happen really fast, they'll say, it was in slow motion for me. I could see what he was doing before he did it. I could see what he was doing, but it was coming at me really slow. A really good fighter can anticipate things. They feel an energy. Okay. This is that mind body connection. Being able to slow down, take a look at what's happening around you, and then assessing, is this good for me? Does this make any sense for me? That's what that mind body connection will do for you, folks. Super powerful. That mind body connection, taking the time to be aware of what's going around you. Your mind and your body should not be two separate entities. They should be a unit. Your mind tells the body what to do, the body does it. Why do we weight train? Why do we call it resistance training? Because life's going to push back against you. You're going to face obstacles. The stronger you are, the easier those obstacles become to avoid. You know, it's easy to move something out the way that's not for you if you're in gym strength training. And as you've heard me say to nauseam, if you're over 40, you should be lifting weights. You should be doing something that puts resistance or challenges your body. I don't care what the modality is. People come on here and say, oh, this is the only way to do things. You need to have some version of strength or / resistance training for people who don't want to say weight training. You should be challenging your structure, your core, all those things by something that's heavier, harder than what you're used to. Very simple, easy to do. Okay. Make that your bread and butter. Okay. All right. Number 7, in 2024, you should be making smart money moves. Okay. In 2024, people that I am coaching, we are teaching them things they're doing. I am also doing these things. We're teaching them how to leverage credit, how to leverage real estate, how to leverage things that are right in front of you that you didn't even know. There are always obstacles. You heard the term, why do some people get rich when everybody else is going bad, or is everybody else is struggling, or the economy? People who really understand this game know no matter what's going on, no matter what the interest rates are, no matter what the housing market is doing, no matter what inflation is doing, if you know how money works, you will strive in these situations. I myself have made a lot of errors, but I've aligned myself with people and we teach these strategies in our coaches. So when you are being coached by me, it is beyond just sets and reps, macros, and cardio. It is mindset. It is how to spend your money wisely. I have so many people who will come on here and say they can't afford personal training. But when I look at I have them break down what they spend their money on. They're wasting money on things that serve no purpose for them. Okay. Smart money moves, super important. Things we're going to focus on: how to retire, how to manage debt, all these things you need to be doing. You need to be making smart money moves. Should you invest in some? Should you have a side hustle? We know the rule. There are some people that say you should have 3 months of your salary in savings. Some people go as far as say 6 months to a year. If you don't have nothing saved and you lose your job or you get hurt and you can't perform the work that you do, that could cause financial. How do you avoid it? Again, being resilient, being smart, being financially fit, mentally fit, mindset fit. Okay. These are the things that are going to move you forward in 2024. Making smart money moves. How much money are you saving every time you get paid? How much money are you wasting? Have you really just opened up your credit card or your debit card statement and actually looked at it? You got to ask yourself, is this serving my financial goal? Or am I just moving through life keeping up with the Joneses? Did I really need this $2,000 purse? Did I need those $3,000 heels? Whatever that new thing. Do I need the shiny car to show off to people who really don't care about me? These are things that you do when you are looking at smart money moves. Smart money moves means I'm actually making educated guesses on where I'm spending my money. That's smart money moves. Okay. All right, guys, moving along. Number 8. What are some sustainable fitness practices? Okay. Fitness is not just I need to lose 20 pounds to get in this wedding dress, or I need to have a six-pack for next spring coming up here in 2024. That's all great. Those are actually side effects of having sustainable fitness habits. What are sustainable fitness habits? Is it walking every day? Is it drinking a gallon of water every day? Ask anybody, they'll give you a different answer. I'll give you the short and sweet. That means sustainable means you can sustain it. If I tell you you got to work out 7 days a week, twice a day, and 3 times on Sunday, you're gonna fail. You might do it for 1 or 2. You might even do it for a month, but you're gonna burn out. That's not realistic. 2 or 3 times a week is realistic. Just moving every day, that's realistic. I guarantee every one of you listening to this podcast or this YouTube channel, there's a park nearby. You can literally walk up to your park every day, get some laps in. You could throw the ball with your kids. You could run, whatever you do to stay busy. There's something you can do. If you're like me, a weirdo, I have a treadmill that I have to get on. I keep a treadmill because I get up early and I just need something there. Before I go to bed, if I need to get some activity, it's there. I don't got to make an excuse. I tell people all the time, if it's there, you don't make excuses. If the right foods are in your house and you're covered, you're not going to make bad choices. Now, I'm not saying live some boring life where you're eating wood. That's not what we're doing here. But we're saying create habits and environments that these things are easy. That is what this is all about. Okay. Sustainable fitness. You need to have something that you can sustain. You should be moving. Sometimes when I use the word fitness, people freak out because there are a lot of sometimes positive and negative connotations with fitness. So we're just going to use activity. You should have some type of sustainable activity that you do in your life. Okay. Every day. If your routine is wake up, coffee, slam donuts, drive to work, sit in your car, get back in your car, go home, sit down and watch binge TV, that's not sustainable. Okay. You're going to gain weight. You're going to be miserable. You're going to catch every disease that comes along because your body is just, it's not set up in a way that's going to keep you healthy. Okay. So, number 8 being sustainable fitness. Those are things that you need to have. Okay. Number 9. This is my favorite one, but everything I've said so far, it kind of encompasses what I'm saying. You need to invest in self-care. Okay. Self-care for your 2024 has to be non-negotiable. Okay. I'm talking about time, energy into self-care practices. What are self-care practices? There are physical practices, exercise, breathing, yoga, massage, meditation. Some people are doing cold plunges, walking away from people, walking away from relationships, walking away from jobs. Those are self-care. Saying no is self-care. Being honest with yourself. Some people are so afraid of being alone that they'll stick with somebody that's bad for them just because they don't want to be alone. This is the holiday season. A lot of people are depressed right now. A lot of people watching this don't have a loved one. They're looking at all the couples in their matching pajamas and they're like, I don't have a boo. My life sucks. Think about those people smiling for that camera, but behind that smile, they're miserable. There ain't no self-care. Self-care, take care of yourself. Why are you walking around fat, lazy, and out of shape? Why? You're not taking care of yourself. If you don't do it for nobody but yourself, and I always tell people, if you honestly get out the shower and look at yourself and be like, yeah, I'm good. Even if you got a little work to do. Okay, I got a little stomach. I got a little this. Or maybe there's a little muffin top over here, but I'm good. Okay, that's better. But if you honestly look at yourself, how you look is a reflection of how it looks on the inside. And you can get mad all you want. You can get upset. I'm not judging nobody. I'm just being real. That's my job as your coach to be real as a friend. If you say, hey man, how you think I look? I'd say, for what? Now, well, I want to be a fitness model. Okay, you got some work to do. Hey, I just want to run around chase my kids and take my shirt off. Okay, you look okay. You're not like, going to be on the cover of a fitness magazine, but you look good. You can see your shoes. You can see your penis. You know, is that healthy? I don't know. How far are we going with how do I look? How do your numbers look? I mean, how far do you want to go in the conversation? You should have that conversation with yourself first. Okay. How you show up. This is something I've had to learn the hard way. You get one impression. You've all heard this before. I'm not saying anything that's groundbreaking. Everything you do, you get one impression. How you show up. How you show up to meetings, how you show up for your family, how you show up. And I have failed in a lot of those areas. So I'm not sitting here acting holier than thou. That's why I can talk about it. I haven't been the best father. I haven't been the best in relationships. Not cheating, but just not being there for the person, not being present. Mainly because I had so much shit going on. I didn't know how to prioritize these things. All the things I'm telling you, these are things you need to work on. That's self-care. And sometimes, folks, if you're not ready, you shouldn't be trying to put yourself in somebody else's life. Maybe step back, take care of your own self before you can offer yourself to somebody else. That's true self-care. That is true being honest with yourself. And you're going to get what you're putting off. So if you're looking to get yourself validated, like in a relationship by somebody else and your shit isn't together, you're going to get what you're going to get because you're not going to know how to communicate. You're not going to know how to ask for what you want. You're not going to know how to say no to certain things that aren't for you. And then you're just going to be on to the next relationship. I see people, no names here, that I see guy after guy or girl after girl, and they never stop to look at themselves. Is nobody has just a streak of bad people unless they're contribute to it. I remember this when I was dating like super heavy in 2000s and 90s. And if you're one of those people, please forgive me. I was fucked up. Okay. So if you met me during another generation, you probably don't even like me now. You probably still holding on to that, but that's your choice, because you can talk to me. We can figure it out. But anyway, I say all that to say, part of being mature is first saying, here's where I'm fucked up. Let me fix that before I take my fucked up shit to somebody else. Okay. Fix your shit first before you involve somebody else. That is the main moral of these things I'm talking about. Okay. Number 10, wrapping up this podcast, some of the questions that I've gotten. Are you still training people in the gym? I am only doing one-on-one sessions for a specific reason. If they're on an online program and they need me to be in the gym, or if I'm coming into the gym with someone to teach them the exercises, I am doing that. Or if I'm teaching a workshop where I will have people come into the gym. My coaching, primarily 90% of it is online. Okay. So people have been asking me, hey, can I work with you? You can work with me online. Will I come to your gym or have you come into my gym and show you the program? Absolutely. All this is for a fee, of course. I will help people, but my goal now is to be online because I can reach more people. I could do group coaching. I could do videos like this and I can reach more people. And it's more in line with my business goals of being a personal trainer in the gym for 33 something years. Okay. Questions. Am I still in the mortgage business? Absolutely. Never stopped. Am I still doing credit? Yes, we're still fixing people's credit. Some of the people that are closing in the next month are from people that I started working with last year. I still do credit repair. I can show you how to take your credit and get it to the number it needs to be to get you in a home, to help you refinance, to get you better interest rate, get you better pricing of mortgages. These are things we are doing. Still doing it. Never stopped. Okay. Mindset stuff. We're still doing, staying. If you're in my group, Fit Over 40 with Coach Clarence, doesn't matter where you are, you can join the group. Don't be soliciting. Yeah, we'll kick you out. Don't be trying to hit on the women in there. We've had to kick some dudes out for doing that. It blows me away, but people still do it. Okay. So wrapping up, I am doing a 28-day trial. I call it a trial. It's a challenge. You do have to pay. If you're interested, there will be a link in this video. And there will also be a link in the show notes if you're listening to the podcast the traditional way to a challenge I'm doing. It's 4 weeks, 28 days. Okay. You can decide if you like how I coach you, how I train you, how I help you move. I guarantee if you just follow along, you'll see results in the first 4 weeks. Is it going to hit your major goal? Absolutely not. But it will set up some habits that if you like, we will move you into a maintenance phase and we will keep going with this. Again, that'll be in the show notes. That's what I'm doing from here. We're looking for people who are seriously high level, people who want to make change, people who are tired of making excuses, people who are going to invest in themselves. Okay. If you really want to do the program, we'll find a way to make it work for you. That's just it. If you don't, you're going to find an excuse. Okay. But we're going to make it where you can train with us if that's what you want to do, where you're coached, you have accountability. That'll be me. I have a team of people. So if there's issues you have like Foreman, I have doctors I can refer to. If it's something financing higher than me, like you need some high level investment strategies, like you want to be higher in the stock market, I have referral people that I can send you to. I've built this team. I struggled last year, or this year, I should say 2023, to build this team. I've been working in silence. I have not been sharing my plans, but they're coming out and you'll see a lot more stuff like this. Okay. So stay tuned. We'll be doing a podcast twice a week. We're going to try to do Tuesday and Thursday. You'll see Coach's Corner. You'll see Fit Over 40 when we have guests that are in the studio. We're going to still try to bring you some entertainment, some education, and inspiration in 2024. I want to definitely thank all of you who have been by my side for these 4 seasons. Seriously, folks, we're going into the 5th season. And we have recorded almost 190 podcasts. And maybe more. I don't know. I don't even know what number I'm on at this point because there's so many that are coming down the pike. We're going to continue to bring great guests, people who will inspire you, people who will make your life better. And just remember, folks, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're not subscribed, hit that button, hit the like, leave a comment, a comment. This isn't one of those, channels where we do foolishness. There's too many other people who are really good at that and they're doing that. We try to educate, inspire, and motivate. Education, inspiration, edutainment. That's it. That's what we do. Okay. We don't do the gossip and politics. There are other people who are good for that. I will give you a look. I only made it to this podcast, only 2 of those notifications. So anyway, again, if somebody knows how to cut that off while you're doing this, leave that in the comments. That would be huge for me. Especially when I'm on the road and I'm not in my normal, environment. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Again, hit that like button, subscribe button, tune in, and we'll see you on the next episode. If you're listening to the podcast, like it and share it with somebody who you think will benefit. I'll talk to you soon. Fit Over 40. Peace.